Well, good evening. I'm saying buonasera because we have the table ready to receive our guests tonight. Many people enjoy booking a rural banquet in our farmhouse. This is all restored by my husband Pino. Have a look at the beams up here. I'd like to point out the beautiful light over the table. The ceramics here is from Gubbio. This was made for me by my dear friend Sabrina. She's a marvelous artist, and we like to serve our dishes in the typical local maiolica of Deruta. But not only Deruta is present, we have Sicilia too, because Pino is from Palermo. So these lovely vases are Siciliani. This piece here is actually a piece from Deruta. The vino di Pino, which we serve, is in a brocca del vino, or a vase of wine made in Deruta. So before we go to the pasta course and then on to the secondo, the main course, we will be having our antipasto. Now this is a lovely dish given to me by my daughter Julia. And I believe it is from, yes, it's from the Naples area. And it is made expressly to hold mozzarella and the tomatoes, which are going into the salad of mozzarella. This is a handmade mozzarella, which I buy in the caseificio or cheese shop of Santa Maria degli Angeli. So this is a handmade mozzarella. These beautiful pomodorini or little tomatoes are from Pino's garden, as is the basil. So these will be put together with our olive oil to make an antipasto salad of pomodori, mozzarella, and basilico, also known as the caprese. And I think I'm going to make it in this dish here. This is another nice Sicilian piece by an artist who's famous, Desimone. He is no longer alive, but his daughters carry on the business. Let's see if this is a signed piece. Yes, this is signed actually by the maestro, so this is very, very dear to us. So my salad will go in here, my caprese salad. I've also made as an antipasto a frittata. This might be a second course tonight if I have vegetarians, or sometimes it is an antipasto. This is made with our eggs, Pino's goat milk cheese, the caprino di Pino, I call it, the goat cheese of Pino, and wild asparagus. Now this is the month of September, and it's not the wild asparagus this season, but our dear farm neighbor Peppa, when she picks too much wild asparagus, she will freeze it and has it in little bags for me, and I defrosted a little pouch of her wild asparagus, asparagi selvatici. We're going to have a salad of our potatoes seasoned with our olive oil, finely diced prezzemolo or parsley, and finely sliced purple onion, and a few black olives, not our olives this time. Another antipasto is the bandiera, which means the flag. The colors are green, red, and white, like the Italian flag. You make it by sauteing white onion in olive oil, adding usually diced green bell peppers and then fresh tomato. I also added some zucchini from our garden. The bandiera makes a wonderful first course main meal for the rural people who maybe in the 1970s when we moved here ate principally what they grew on the land. So they would make bandiera, have it one day as a side dish, and the next evening as a main dish, adding scrambled eggs to it. This is a Sicilian dish. And actually, I think I've put it in a bowl. Yes, a dish from Sicily, in fact. Pino's mother taught me to make this. These are zucchini from our garden, marinated after they've been fried in a mixture of olive oil and sunflower seed oil. And then you pat them very well dry. And then the topping is diced mint and garlic. And then you spray over them a bit of olive oil and wine vinegar. This is in a Sicilian dish appropriately because it's a Sicilian recipe. This was taught to me by Pino's mother. It's her way to make eggplant parmesan. Pino grew up in a family that was very poor, actually. I'm not even sure they had an oven. And of course, summers are hot in Sicily. So eggplant parmesan is made without baking it, and I really enjoy it, and as do all of our friends who've ever tasted it. The eggplant is fried after it's been soaked in salted water. And then you layer the fried eggplant with tomato sauce, basil, pecorino, sheep's milk cheese, or caprino, Pino's goat's milk cheese, or Parmigiano, then do another layer. So it's eggplant, tomato sauce, grated cheese, basil, and on you go. And then we'll be having a pasta dish. And I haven't made it because we want the pasta to be hot. I've made the sauce. This is very simple. Diced zucchini, cut rather small, from our garden, sauteed in our olive oil with some white onion, and then add a lot of diced fresh mint. I'll make the pasta, a rigatoni pasta or a penne pasta, and I will season it with this, heat it in very hot, and then I will add into it finely diced little pieces of Pino's caprino, goat's milk cheese. Now, if you can't get the caprino di Pino because you don't have a Pino or you don't have goats, you'll want to use some tasty sharp cheese. And then stir it all in, and the heat, of course, for the pasta will give it a bit of a melt, and then sprinkle it with, we have caprino di Pino, but you may want to use Parmigiano. This is a typical Deruta pattern. This is Deruta Maiolica as well. And this is Deruta Maiolica as well. So there's our primo. And as I said, if we are vegetarians, we might just use this frittata as a secondo. Otherwise, we might be doing, for example, rabbit cacciatore or chicken cacciatore. We do a varieties of second courses depending on our guest requests. And dessert for this dinner is going to be tiramisu. We have wonderful peaches now, so this is a peach tiramisu. The creamy topping is made with mascarpone and ricotta I used, not pure mascarpone, to make it a bit lighter. Whipped eggs, and I used our eggs, organic eggs. And then I dipped the cookies, not in coffee, but in the juice of peaches. I sliced the peaches and added some orange juice to it, and the cookies went in there. And then I created a nice little border here. You want to come in a bit closely and you can see this border. This is not typical of a tiramisu, but it's a nice touch. These are crushed amaretti cookies. So this is really a winner. Peach tiramisu with a lot of grated dark chocolate and a border of grated amaretti cookies. So I hope you'll come soon to enjoy dinner with us or lunch with us in our country farmhouse outside of Assisi. You're not here tonight, but I'll be saying to the guests who come, buon appetito.